Hey, we're back, regular viewers. So, this week I was going through my tackle, getting ready for some springtime fishing, and I realized that my Whopper Plopper was just a little bit broken. This area right here. So it's crushed, and it is not going to work anymore. So I needed a new one, and I went to the K-Bellas and looked in the Whopper Plopper department, and my dog was very upset about it. And I noticed that they are extremely expensive, is what we'll say. So I got a little clip of that right here just to show you. And this is $17 plus taxes for that guy right there, which is a whole heap of cash. After being saddened by the exorbitant prices of the K-Bellas and the River to Sea people who are extremely proud of this lure, I did the next logical thing, and I went to my favorite tackle store where I should have gone before. I went to the Dollar Tree. That's right, people. And I purchased a Whopper Plopper from the Dollar Tree. And I don't know what all that stuff was that just fell out of there. Not important. But here's my Whopper Plopper. And you may say, hey, regular guy, that's a regular hairbrush. And you'd be right. But I looked at it and I saw a Whopper Plopper. So I actually will give away the punchline here. I came up with this Whopper Plopper right here from this lure from this hairbrush right here. This isn't finished yet. This was still in the prototype phase, but I did get it to work. So it's got a plopper, it's got a whopper, it's got eyeballs, and it's got a scale pattern. I just haven't finished finishing it. Haven't finished painting it. And it's got big old hooks. And I do have a proof of concept video that we'll share with you right here. So it did work. The problems that I was experiencing was the first hooks that I put on it, I think might have been a little too light, and this wasn't really rotating fast or freely, I guess, as it should have. This so it tended to sometimes flip all the way over, but I think with these big adult size hooks on it, it probably won't do that anymore. That one as well, it wasn't sealed yet. This does have a through wire, which I used material for it that I should have at the ready because I'm a professional, sort of. No, I bought this 131 pound test, not 130, 131. That 1 pound makes a big difference, people. And that's 0.024 diameter. And the color is coffee, because everybody knows how much fish love coffee, right? No, I don't know why it's that color, but it is. So I'm sure somebody can tell me down in the comments. Please do if you know. But yeah, this wire right here, so it's pretty heavy duty. I'm able to bend it. And I made some really nice tie-on eyes, and none of these are examples of those. So of course on the final one, I couldn't make it look pretty, but I was able to do that. This stuff here, so this can bend, you know, down like that, but it also can bend back. This stuff is extremely tough. I've used it on a bunch of fishing lures before. So even though it's malleable, it's still strong enough that that it can be bent back and not wear through. This stainless steel wire that I use to make my hook hangers and things like that is a little too malleable, as you can see right there by the way that it is, and it would be very susceptible to being destroyed by you know, the rigors of fishing. So anyway, let's get going on this lure. All right, so let's get started here. I got my regular assistant with me today, and he's going to help me with this project. So we're just going to unwrap this delicately like so, and we need to cut right here, right along that seam. You see that seam?
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay, let's see where we're at. How far have we cut? Halfway? Here, blow that off. Blow that off. Okay.
I think we went a little over halfway. Actually. Oh.
Whammo, slammo.
And nobody knows where that went.
Gone into oblivion. Okay, so we've got our pieces now that we need. The chrome ring fell off.
Here we are.
The chrome colored ring fell off, but that was okay. It was just a cute little piece of decoration. We don't need it. So moving that along. Okay, so now we need to cut off our tail portion over here. Now for that we got to move over to the Dremel department, but this is going to be the body of the lure, okay?
All right.
All right, so let's clean off the hairbrush parts. Okay, now we're going to use our Dremel tool and we're going to cut off what's going to become the tail. So we have cut off the back of our Whopper Plopper here, and we're going to need to fashion ourselves a Whopper Plopper type tail, okay? Some of my more astute viewers may note that that doesn't really look like that, but it does function. And what we made this piece out of right here was a cork, okay? You can find these in any of your wife's wine bottles, and this is one of the non-actual cork. It's a synthetic one, I guess it is, and I actually like using these for this kind of stuff better. It's a pretty dense foam, and it floats better, and it doesn't fall apart just like natural cork actually would. So they actually work a little bit better for me. Okay, so we've got our Whopper Plopper back here at the bench with the tail cut off, or the brush part cut off rather, and I use, to make this part right here, I used a wine cork. This is one of those synthetic ones right here. The regular assistant did help me cut it in half, but I forgot to record that because I'm a rookie. But yeah, so we got that cut in half, and we need to find the best angle to place this tail on here so that it's actually going to flop over. And this is probably going to take some manipulation of this and cutting it down, honing it out so that it becomes more like that shape right there. But first things first, we have to drill a hole all the way through this lure. So we're going to get started on it. Okay, so as we were saying, this plug that held the brush part onto this brush pushed down in it. That's not a problem we had with this one. It stuck to it really hard. And this is the joys and the wonders that happen when you're making your own lures out of Dollar Tree garbage, I guess. So anyway, we're going to try and extract that. For this next part, we're going to use my new used pair of Parrot's Head or Parrot's Beak, whatever, Parrot something vice grips here.
You're right. It does look like a... Ow!
Oh, got it. And a little smack on the snoot there for you. Sorry about that.
That's all right.
Oh, see, that's the dangers of making your own lures right there. So this was glued in place, and apparently it was not enough. I guess that little kid in China was having a bad day when he put this brush together, huh? Mm-hmm. Anyway, moving on. Okay, so we've got our little bit out of there, and we're going to have to plug this end and drill it out. So for that, again, I think we're going to use another cork. So we're going to cut this cork down until we can fit it in here, and that's going to act as the back, the back side of this lure. Clean that workbench off. Isn't that cleaner?
Yep, a little bit, but not all the way. Okay,
so we've got our plug for the back of our Whopper Plopper, and I've pressed it down in there. And once we glue this, this will make a watertight seal. So anyway, before we were so rudely interrupted by physics, we were in the middle of drilling this out. You see this crack a little bit, but again, that's going to be okay as long as it's filling in that space. So we had our extra long super duper drill, masonry drill bit, not made for this job at all. Not recommended to use the wrong drill bit for the wrong job. And but you know, here goes nothing. So anyway, right through the snoot. Okay, after some trial and error, I was able to poke this through, and we're gonna, bless you, we're gonna leave it like that and get out our next trick. Okay, so next we need some bushings, and I use these rivets to do that job.
Oh.
Take that guy, slide it down our wire here, and press it in. There you go. Now we've got a nice clean hole here at the front, and we're going to do the same thing for the rear.
It's just that easy.
Just that easy. And what this is going to help us do is it's going to help the tail to ride on a nice piece of metal rather than getting hung up on this right here. So we can take this wire here and we can make our tie-on point. Well, not my best work on that again, but it will do. If I were in my...
This is not going to move out of place.
There we go.
Just like that.
So we pull that through, and there's our tie-on eye. And in there, we've got a space that we're going to set our eyes in, and they're going to be recessed and covered in epoxy. So now we need to work on making our tail. So as I said, this tail is differently constructed than the one for the other brush. I didn't know that the brushes were a little bit different. So I'm going to have to take this back over to the grinder, and I need to hollow this area out just a little more so that it is going to be more scoop shaped when it's attached to this right here, so that it will make our, you can see this one, which grabbed a pair of scissors for no good reason. This one here was a lot flatter and broader. I was able to heat it up and flatten it out. So we may have to be doing some heat treating to this as well, but we're going to take this over to the grinder and clean this out over here. Okay, regular viewers. So I think this is a much better scoop than what we had before. So we got our prototype that was run over here. I mean, not our prototype, the original and the prototype. And as you can see, this one, you know, by making that angle, and we flattened this out. So that was kind of a weak scoop. But this one is definitely more scoop-esque. So we're going to mount our tail onto it, probably somewhat in, I don't know, maybe that fashion right there. And this does take some trial and error. Luckily, I got my neighbor's pool that I can sneak into. Yeah, that's probably going to be it right there. That's probably going to be the angle we want right there. So you kind of have to look at this, look at how it curves and twists or whatever, and see if you can't mimic that angle so that when it's coming through the water, it's going to scoop and want to turn this right here. So hopefully that is the right sort of. Okay, so after much debating, the regular assistant wants me to mount it thusly, I believe. He's busy looking at the moon, but I think that's what he was saying right there. And we're going to try it. We're going to have to take this on some sea trials, but that should be the right angle. So let's put some glue on you. And now this is just a temporary hold. This will be epoxied on the final lure, and that's what will hold it in place. There it is. It's on there forever now.
Yep, that's it.
You say that's it?
Yep, that's the right thing.
Guarantee it?
I guarantee it.
You studied it a lot, you said, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. It's on there forever now. It is a permanent fixture.
That is
So
what I said.
that is our spiral scoop. And that's obviously going to slide down on here. So we're going to have to drill a hole through this. And then we're going to mount, again, another little piece of a rivet right on the end of that. And we're going to test it out. And we're going to have to shape it, of course, to see if, you know, we're going to take some of this mass off of this side, I believe, to try to kind of mimic that little thingamahoosit right there, if you can see that, right?
Yep, the little, like,
the little
light curve.
The light curve, that's right. So, got our friend the drill bit here. And find the center-ishness of that. Okay, so let's get our other rivet on there. This piece right here. It's going to slide right in there. And what we've done now is we've given this a nice shaft to rotate on, right? A nice nice thing to spin on there, okay?
We're going to put a rivet on the other
like
side.
That. And well, we're going to put just like we did here. I don't think we're going to need a rivet on this side, but we're going to put a what is that?
Some kind of bead.
Some kind of bead. Thank you. And then the back hook there. Oh, we did put a rivet on the back of that, huh? Maybe we will do that to be consistent. Okay, good call, buddy. Okay, you're going to do the honors.
Oop. That was not.
What in the world was that?
Whatever it was.
I didn't say it insulted your mother. Holy smokes.
Where
Okay.
that was not getting riveted out.
There you go. You're working on it,
Yeah,
okay?
yep. We're getting there. We're
You're
getting
just
there.
holding that collar.
Right.
Just gentle.
There.
Jeesh. You don't have to send it into next week.
Well, at least we got it out.
Yeah, I guess so. Okay. So there that is. So that should be hopefully aligned. With any kind of luck. Okay, it goes that way fine. Seems to turn fine. Okay, but we need to get it to go this way.
This way, that way, this way, that way. Whatever they call it.
Okay, now for our next trick, we will put this on. Okay, good.
Look at that.
And this needs to spin absolutely freely. It can't be hung up on anything. You can't have any rolling resistance at all, or very little rolling resistance at all, or else it will not turn, okay, in the water. So let's go get our little bead, and we'll tie off the back of it, okay? Okay, so we got this little bead back here, and this is just kind of act as an offset for the rear tie-on point and the hook. Okay.
Get it to go through.
Yeah, what is my problem today?
Let me try.
Holy smokes. Cheese and crackers, man. Is this not a bead or something?
Maybe.
Hold on. No, I can do this. I swear I can conquer this bead on the cable. There we go.
Now we got it.
Beautiful. Okay.
Beautiful.
All right. So now
Like,
for our next trick, I won't screw this up. So you do want a little bit of slop here, but not a lot. So we're going to move that just like that, I guess. Yeah. There are more elegant ways, by the way, to twist wire like this. I just don't have any of them. Okay. Good. Better. Okay. So there it is with all the slop, with the proper amount of slop, rather. And we got our hook hanger on the front and rear, and we're just going to drill one into the belly. And that'll be a nearly finished lure. Okay, so this one I'm not going to make my own eye. I'm going to use a tie-on eye from an actual lure. Find our middle point here.
and then we'll screw that in there.
Correctamundo. Okay, now that we know that it works, we're going to put a little dab of glue on it. And again, this hook here, this hook hanger, not that glue, that glue. This hook hanger is going to be reinforced by epoxy as well. So even if this isn't like, the strongest material to screw this into, and given our track record, we will not be catching anything big enough that we have to worry about it getting tore up. So, and if it does, we'll have a heck of a story for the regular viewers, right?
Mm-hmm. Fine.
One heck of a fish story. Okay, so there's our front hook hanger. There's our rear hook hanger. And now we need to add our hooks to it. And then you will be in business. Luckily, we have 2 left. 27-pound test. Oddly specific. Okay. Whammo, slammo. Okay. 1 Whopper type plopper. Okay. So we got to, we're going to go test drive it tomorrow. And if it works, I may have to work on this here tail piece, but that's fine. But if it swims right, then we'll put our eyes in it tomorrow. We'll glue those dogs in. We'll put our little scale pattern on it like we did here, and then we'll get to painting it. So, and hopefully it'll look better than that one. All right?
All right.
Thank you for the help tonight. Okay, so I just tested this tail out, tested the whole lure out in the, my homemade Aqua Lab in the tub, and I know people don't like that, so I didn't video it. It's cold and raining out today, so I can't use the neighbor's pool. Well, and it's dark. So with their powers combined, I'd have nowhere to film. So anyway, I'm going to trim this side down a little bit, just try to make it a little more sleek, and hopefully it'll help it to spin a little better. It did catch the water, it did spin, but I think I need to chamfer this edge and kind of make it look more like the original, like that guy there. So we're going to kind of clean that up a little bit and use this grinder right here and get going on that. Okay, so that's a little bit better looking tail. Some of my more astute regular viewers will notice that I've cut the wire out of this lure. Well, you probably noticed that over there when it wasn't, attached to the rest of the lure. So I don't know why I said that, because that was rather self-evident. But I'm going to put the scale pattern on the side, and then we're going to take to painting these guys here. This was the prototype. It's kind of ugly. It's got like a big old lump of epoxy on there. I was trying to epoxy this eye in using a bead, trying to get some 3D look, and it kind of just looks like a red eye with a bunch of epoxy around it. So, whatever. But so I don't know how that one's going to come out, but I'm going to paint this one first before I do any of that stuff. Oh, I forgot to clean up the back. I got to do that too. And I'm going to take the hook off before this giant, really sharp hook ends up in my hand whilst using the grinder. That'd be a rookie mistake. Okay, let me put the scale pattern on this guy here. And for that, we use our aluminum tape and our Mac, what is this head that moves, thingy, wrench here, ratchet rather. Sorry, I don't have any words that are English tonight, apparently. So I'm going to put that guy on there. It was good. That's what you want to do is put a crease right in the middle of your work right there so that it ruins the pattern. That's the professional way. All right, so we kind of want to have this to have a gill. So we will draw a little gill. Fancy. What I'm trying to do is find that edge right there so I can cut it to match the best I can. And then I'll do it differently on the other side so that they're not symmetrical. That won't be on purpose. That'll just be what happens. Okay, that's pretty good. Now for my next trick, I'll keep it on camera. There's a pretty good chance the air compressor is going to go off in the middle of this because, like I said, it's raining out, so I can't keep it outside around the corner closer to my neighbor's house. So they have to listen to it instead of me because I'm a good neighbor like that. Wow, I almost got it right. There she is. That technique, doing that when it's on the lure, usually works better on wood, which this is not. That's plastique. So, yeah, it didn't come out as pretty as normal. But I'm just trying to look up something to, get some texture. I think that kind of, can you see that? I think it kind of came out on there, so not too bad. Use this to measure the overall distance. And then cut it completely short. Okay. Finding my pattern. And I'm just trying to do this flat area in here. Yeah, that was good. Do it in a completely different spot, guy. So that, okay. Do that. Do exactly that. I was just watching Mr. New Hope Lures' little live chat there. Not little, extraordinary live chat. And the guys on that channel were showing off all the big bass they had caught. And it was quite impressive, which is pretty nice, seeing as I haven't been able to get in the boat, and I've caught 0 bass lately. 0.0, I think. In fact, just like Denison Davis's grade point average. I won a contest. That's right, regular viewers. I won a contest, a raffle of sorts from Mr. New Hope Lures. And he said that he is sending me some lures. So I cannot wait, like a little kid at Christmas, to unwrap that package when that arrives. So that'll be super cool. Thank you again, sir. Appreciate your content. Appreciate the gift. And I'm sure it's going to be supercalifragilistic. Oh, do it again. That's good. So now it matches the ridiculousness on both sides. There we go. I think I made that one more round on the end. And this one's more square. So we'll try to round it, I guess. Okay. Before we ruin it further, will this be super symmetrical? Probably not. Will the bass notice? Definitely not. Will it be because it never gets in front of one? Just kidding. We're going to stay positive, people. Would have been better had I turned it up just a skosh. Not quite so far on the bottom, but is what it is. Okay, so when I rolled that tool, like on the other side, it seemed to have a little low spot there. So we're going to try to go this way and see if that does any better. No, it in fact did not. Great. Super. No, that's good. That's exactly how you want it. Yeah, see, there's that low spot it didn't catch. Ah, don't do that. There are way better ways to do this. The Engineered Angler made a neat little tool to do this because he's super cool with that stuff. This is quick, dirty, and cheap. which are 3 of my favorite things. Oh, good. Kind of scummed it up right there. That's not a word. All right. Now we're ready for paint. All right, we're set up in our paint booth, and we got our air compressors up and running again. So we are ready to do this, and I'm going to try. So I paint. I taped off the eyes. It's like he's in a tanning booth. And the other one, I just spray painted the tail silver, and we'll probably leave it like that. I tried to get fancy and put some tape on this one as the prototype, but it looked ugly. This is supposed to be the illusion of a fish's tail, right? So anyway, yeah, it's bad. I get it. So we'll do. I don't know what kind of pattern we're gonna do. I got all these fancy colors from my kids and my wife for Christmas. You know, I really like bright chartreusey colors. I got some bright orange and pink and greens and whatever. So I don't know exactly what color we're gonna do yet or what pattern it's gonna be. So I just maybe I'll just start painting and see what happens. It's probably best to have a plan or not. Yeah, it's best to have a plan when you're doing this stuff, but I just kind of, this lure kind of looks funky anyway. This tail's ugly because the way that it is, but so we're just gonna have some fun with it and see what we can get. So I bought these feathers at the Dollar Tree as well because it said they were feather stickers and like really shiny. And I was like, oh, that might be kind of neat. I could maybe cut it out and stick it on the side of a regular lure like that. Kind of have some shine with some stripes already built in it. And then I got them home, and what to my wondering eye did appear? These 2 silly tags. That's the only part that's a sticker. This is not a sticker. It's just this little thing here. So it is now. I gave it to my youngest regular assistant, and she can, I'm sure, stick them all over my house. But I saved a couple to use kind of like as a stencil thing here. I was thinking I could do maybe like a pink lateral line on that just for funsies, and I think that would work well for it. So let's do this ultra bright, obnoxious pink. What do you say?
Yep.
Here,
Creates X Wicked Colors Pink. Bright Obnoxious. I think is what it should be called.
I think that's a long name. I don't know if that would fit on the bottle.
Well, maybe we could they should call it Bright Obnoxious.
Bright Obnoxious?
Or, well, it does look like Bright Obnoxious Hot Pink.
Bright Obnoxious Hot Pink.
Well, they probably wouldn't be able to fit on the bottle anyway, but it does sound like a good name for it.
That's still a long name. Excuse me. Let me get my regular rag over here. Okay. Mix her up. Couple drops of that dog in there. Uh-oh, I said it again.
Oh, wait.
What? Don't have nothing to worry
about. What's so bad about
it? Nothing.
Okay.
Oops. Here, help me hold it to the other side.
It's amazing what you can do with
Watch your thumb. There we go.
Some non-fishing equipment.
That's what it's all about, man. Ooh, why don't we make sure it's working first? There we go.
Use that thing up pretty well.
Okay. Lift it up a little bit on your side. Right there.
I think I'm getting myself all pinked up.
Okay, ready and move.
Oh no, I got myself pinked up.
Here, grab that feather quick. It's going to fall over. Grab the feather. Grab the feather. All right.
Sorry. I think I got myself a little pinked up. I don't know.
No, don't worry about that. That's why God made soap. Okay, let's dry that. That is a bright line. And we got some underspray. But that's okay too. It kind of looks a little snazzy.
Yeah.
Heat gun. Okay.
All right.
I don't know if those will work as a good spray paint stencil. They did not like getting a little moist. Then who does like getting a little moist? Okay.
I think, have we ever done gill patterns like we did on, have we done that on our hard baits?
We can try to do a gill pattern on this guy.
I was just asking, have we ever done that on all our hard baits?
Have we ever done a gill pattern? Yes.
So
I'm just not good at it. I'm not an airbrushist. I don't know if that's a thing, but okay, so you're gonna hold it on this end.
Or maybe a painter.
Okay, ready? Hold it there. And I'm gonna hold it allegedly right here. And we gotta get it down flat just a little bit to the bait. Flatter to the bait. There.
What kind of look are we going for?
I don't know yet.
Sunfish?
No.
Like some kind of weird looking fish or South American, whatever. South American fish.
I'm going for interesting.
Interesting.
Okay, let's see if that did anything. I think this paint's still very wet. Yeah, this mesh was a little too big to make a nice looking pattern, I guess. Well, that and the paint was too wet. So with their powers combined, I didn't get anything nice looking. But we'll go over that with something else and try to make it look a little better. This is a not having a plan, just having fun with my paint bait, I guess is what we're going for here. Okay, that is dry enough to cover up. This is a little mixture I do with holographic, extra fine holographic sparkles and a gloss clear. Just kind of spray that all willy-nilly, all about the bait. So how is that for a funky looking eye on this bait? This one's like encapsulated with epoxy already, so it doesn't quite as pop as much. But I'm gonna try to put like just a thin layer of epoxy on it. I don't want to get any in here because I don't want to mess up this swivel with this guy. And yeah, I think we'll call it done. I think I did enough damage on that one. The next one, I'm just going to do my chartreuse and blue shad, just to keep it simple. But this was fun. It's funky. It's kind of a little messy in some areas there, but I got to use a lot of different colors and have some fun. And someday I'll be good at doing this airbrushy business. But it looks like a distressed fish. So that kind of brightness there, I don't know. It doesn't look terrible. It didn't come out like I wanted, which is weird to say because I really didn't have a plan, but it came out. So there you go. use this, I put a dot, and I put a dot. And that's all the paint this guy is going to get. Dunzos. Just got to glue in some, what are going to be eyes. And that will be that, folks. Okay, regular viewers, and now the conclusion of Project DIY Whopper Plopper. So this is the completed prototype here with the clear coat on it and everything. I was able to clear coat it and not get the epoxy to ruin the Whopper, or I guess the plopper part rather. So that was good. So any hoozles, we got the this one right here that we've made together. All painted up and done. I've got my wire in it. I left this big tail of wire on it so that I could get the eyeballs in it and clear coat it and not ruin the plopperness of it. So I took and clear coated this early this morning just to make sure that that was all squared away and done, so that I could show you how we're going to get this thing all assembled. So anyway, so there that is. My idea for the eyes was because of this opportunity here with this cavity, I guess, you know, where you'd hang your hairbrush, as it were. I have these glass beads that I use for different fishing stuff. You know, we use them for Carolina rigs and different popper applications and rattles in things and stuff like that. But if I could get two of them out. Wow. Ask and you shall receive, huh? Weird. Okay. So we'll fit that guy right in there. Whoop. Don't run off on me. If I mess this up, it'll end extremely poorly. So we'll just put a spot of glue on the eye, a little spot of glue in there. Drop that in like that, so that spot of glue is down where we want it. My super glue accelerator, if I can get any down in there. Probably need some more of this stuff. Looks like I've reached the bottom of that container. Okay. Spot of super glue on there. Hello? There it is. Okay, spot of super glue on there. There we go. There we go. I got some accelerator in that time. And we'll let that dry just a second. Put a little black dot on the eye. Helps if you make a noise, I guess. Helps if there's paint on the brush. There's your eye. That's it for that, man. Now we should let that dry a second. Okay. Now, our friends JB and Weld. This is a paper plate, not JB and Weld. Right here, JB Weld. Hey, just I don't know if you're interested in it, but I like these to be stored still in this container, hanging on the wall. So what I do is I just kind of take my little razor and cut around the top of this when it comes in the two-part container like that, and then it makes a little pocket you can hang on the wall for it. So, little pro tip for you there, or a regular tip, I guess, for you there. I did have to get a new double set of this just recently. Finally ran out. This size JB Weld here. This is the what are we talking? 4 fluid ounces of it. Works pretty good for this application. I don't like those little dual injector ones that you get. I don't know. I feel like you waste a lot of epoxy that way. Like you can't get it all out, or I don't know. I don't like them. But anyway, as far as the clearest epoxy that I've used, this is by far the clearest epoxy I've used. This is the most weather resistant and UV resistant epoxy that I've used. I've tried a bunch of different kinds, and it checks all the boxes as far as quick, dirty, and cheap criteria. It is the least expensive for the best results. So Again, what you saw in the little secret sauce there, my holographic dust, I guess it is, fine dust, and just a little bit of this white sparkles. I always think makes a nice little addition to the epoxy. So we're using this not only as a clear coat but as a sealer for this lure. It is hollow. We need to fill in those hollows to make sure that it doesn't just fill up with water and sink. Why am I leaving that out like that? So there'll be the one on the snoot and the one on the tail, but then around here on the eyes as well. I think I got enough, actually. I didn't want a super thick coat. And we are able to get this all over it, so that's good. But I wanted a simple pattern on this guy, and I think we got it. I think we achieved that goal. Sometimes less is more. I need to try to do that with my airbrushing. I think those eyes kind of came out funky and bug-eyed, which is kind of cool. I kind of like it. You know, it's different than the usual stick-on Amazon stick-on eyes that I use. So that's kind of cool. Get to use some other, try something else. That's what my dog has to say about it. Yeah, we got plenty of coverage on this. I did scrape up this paint job a little bit by dropping my lure right after I painted it, but it'll be okay. The bass probably won't notice. Or the redfish. If I can get this in front of a big old angry redfish, that'd be fun. Or a big old angry alligator gar. I don't know if you guys have, if you have alligator gar in the areas you fish. You got them where I am. And sometimes you can find them kind of lazing about, cruising right under the surface. And or just sitting right there, kind of motionless next to a tree limb or something like that. And if you can get something like this to go by them, they will, it's almost like they can't see it. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know if they have bad vision or what, but they will make a huge run at it, sort of like more in the area of it. It seems like every gar I've caught on a lure, it's been like an accidental swipe at it. It's almost like not their entire body knows that they're about to go eat something. Okay, enough yammering about that. Okay, so we got it all clear coated. We got our through wire here, and we're going to let that harden. And we'll go put it over there on the rotator. Let that harden for a bit, and then we can finish putting it together. Okay, so other one's on the drying rack, doing its thing. We get the hooks on this guy. That's got some serious hooks on it, so pretty good looking. Well, there it is, folks. There's our Whopper Plopper from a Hairbrush from Dollar Tree. So just a couple dollars, and we got a Whopper Plopper that would cost you around 18 bucks if you were to buy it yourself. So, and you saw it Whopper Plops, does everything it's supposed to do and nothing it doesn't. It doesn't rotate anymore. We got enough weight with these big hooks on it, so it will go up on its side a little bit, but I'm fine with that. All in all, I think we got a winner there. Okay, regular viewers, we are back for final assembly of the other lure. So this is still technically not 100% dry. It's 5-minute epoxy. I don't know when you're supposed to start that 5 minutes. It's like the sign when you walk up to a counter and says they'll be back in 5 minutes. Like from when? Like from when you first saw the sign, or like how do you know when they put it out there? Anyway, so yeah, 5-minute epoxy. 5 minutes from when. 5 minutes right before it's dry, I guess. So yeah, I use this stuff pretty regularly, guys. I'll tell you, 12 hours, and it's still sometimes tacky. So yeah, 5 minutes. So let me get this guy on here. But worry not. I will probably put fingerprints in this, but I can fix them with a heat gun while it's still like this. So if it's tacky enough to put a little bit of fingerprints in it, then that is the method we'll probably have to employ here to get this to be better, or more better, most better, the betterest. Don't worry, that's just my children attempting to kill each other out in the street. Normal stuff. Or play with skateboards, you know. I want to get one more wrap on that. Okay. Then we'll pull it this way. There we go. It's got plenty of wiggle room. Cut that dog off. That's right, I said it. Can't help it, folks. Spins freely. Apply the hooks. Done. Okay, so I don't know if the camera picks that up. We got some nasty fingerprints in there. With our friend Heat Gun, we can fix it. Look at that. Okay, like it never happened. It's like the magic eraser for epoxy. Okay. Now it's warm. All right, so there it is, guys. That is how you make a Dollar Tree hairbrush into a really large Whopper Plopper. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any comments, questions, concerns. Appreciate all the support, guys. You guys have just been wonderful, making me want to do this stuff, getting me out here in the shop instead of sitting on the couch like a beta. And I appreciate every second of it. So I can't wait till the weather gets a little bit better and we can start really using this here top water stuff. So I can show you what, if any, fish I can catch on it. All right, guys, you stay regular.
Don't forget.
Hey, what are you kids doing?